A smooth onboarding process makes a project run effortlessly. But without a system in place, you're going to find yourself sending emails manually, answering the same questions over and over again, and doing mostly admin tasks all day long. If this sounds familiar, in this video, I'm going to break down my step-by-step onboarding process to set clear expectations, save time, and keep your clients happy. By the end of this video, you'll know how to automate and streamline your onboarding process from that very first inquiry all the way to the project kickoff. I'm also going to share the link to my communication pack where you'll find 26 email templates to help you save time by automating some of the emails, particularly at the inquiry phase. There's so many emails that you can automate. And the pack also includes the discovery call prompts and a sample script that my clients use to nail that first discovery call. So why is the onboarding process so important? Well, let's look at some of the reasons why when your onboarding process is weak, it can create all sorts of issues down the line. For example, the client's feeling confused because we haven't shared enough information or the right information for them to understand the next step and the process throughout the project. You waste time chasing invoices, payments, paperwork. The miscommunication part leads to scope creep and delays. Clients often start to micromanage because they don't know the plan and they want to feel like they're in control. If they feel like you're not in control, they're going to want to be in control. However, this is what a great onboarding process can do for you. First, you're setting clear expectations from day one. You're automating admin work, which is hours of your time that you don't need to be spending on admin stuff. You make clients confident about the process and they're going to be more relaxed and trust what you're doing if they know what's happening. So the key takeaway is that a great onboarding process isn't just going to make your life easier, it's also going to create a better experience for your clients. Step number one, we're going to want to automate parts of the process during the inquiry phase. I personally use Dubsado. I have many videos on my YouTube channel talking about Dubsado. It's my CRM tool, my client management tool, and it's a tool that allows you to automate some of these steps that are so often repetitive. You don't need to reinvent the wheel for every project. Every inquiry is going to receive the same first few emails, and therefore there's no point for you to do everything manually at this point. Especially because when someone inquires about your services, you want to ensure that they're getting an answer straight away and they don't need to wait for you to have 10 minutes to enter their email. So for example, what you could do is create a lead capture form on Dubsado that can be also implemented in your website. So it's the contact form that people are going to fill out with their name, their email, maybe some information about the project and why they are inquiring. And this is going to already allow you to have a better understanding about who is inquiring and what type of project they have in mind. After they fill out this contact form, you could automate an email that will let them know that you have received their inquiry and you will be answering them as soon as possible. This creates trust because you look professional. They get an answer, they don't just wait for you to answer. And so even though you're not directly answering their inquiry straight away, they're still getting something to let them know that you've received the inquiry. So in the communication pack, there are a few emails that you can use at this phase of the process that will help you answer those first inquiries. And as I said, the first few emails in that inquiry process can be automated. So in the email templates, you have a few emails with examples of script that you can use for your own, and then you can obviously make it your own, add a paragraph, change the wording, but at least you understand what type of information is expected at this phase. Then let's say that you're quite happy with the type of product that they have in mind. You want to get on a discovery call with them. So you can either answer them straight away or have an email ready that's with a link to book a discovery call with you. Either way, you're going to send that to them. And once they've booked the discovery call, you want to have an automated email that sends them the confirmation that the call has been booked, the details. So if it's online, you should have a link, the day, the time, and then you should set up reminders. So for example, 24 hours before the call, 1 hour before the call, to ensure that they don't forget, because your time is valuable. And for that discovery call, I would absolutely use the discovery call sample script. Is also very useful because it shows you a scenario of you talking to a client, and this not only helps you understand the type of questions that you should be asking, it also helps you save time, because a 30-minute call can sometimes last 2 hours if you are not clear about the questions and the direction. So this script helps you move forward, ensure that you get the answers to the questions that you need in order to make a decision as to whether you want to work with them or not. And it's going to ensure that you don't spend 2 hours because you're clear already about the direction. So if you go through the sample script, it shouldn't take you 2 hours to go through. It should take you 20, 30 minutes based on what your discovery calls are. If you can decide if they're 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, but at least you know the direction and the questions that need to be asked at this point. So step 2 was the discovery call. Step 3 is deciding whether you want to go ahead onto the next phase. The next step could be doing an in-house consultation. This you would only do if you're willing to work on the project. If it's a project that doesn't have the right timeline, the right type of project, you don't have a good feeling about the prospect client, then you might not want to move forward. In this case, you're going to use one of the email template is for people who are not the right fit. And there's also a suggestion to recommend them to another designer. So you're helping them, you're telling them why they're not a good fit, and then you can recommend them to someone else. So if they're not a good fit, that's what we want to send. If they are a good fit, we want to move to the next step, the in-house consultation. And then you're going to repeat the process with the email confirming the day, the time, then you're going to do the in-house consultation. Once you've done the in-house consultation, you have gathered all the information that you need, and you've decided that you, yes, do indeed want to work with them. You're going to prepare a fee proposal for them. The fee proposal is a document that has all the information about the scope of work, your fees, the process. You can even include a little bit of information about yourself, your company, what they can expect to be the next steps. The most important is that you send a fee proposal that has the outline of the scope of work outlining everything that was discussed in terms of what they want to get done, what needs to be done in order for this project to be successful, and your fees attached to it. Put as much detail as possible so that everything is included, there's no miscommunication, and they can't come back later asking for more revisions that were not included in that fee proposal. Once they've approved the fee proposal, they should approve, sign a contract probably, and also pay the retainer invoice. Once that's done, that should trigger the onboarding. And as part of the onboarding, you should really have a welcome pack, which is a document that outlines the next steps. Maybe you want to include a little introduction about your company, your team, additional information that kind of kicks off the project in a nice way, and that has enough details so that they understand what you are expecting from them next and what they can expect from you next. We also have a welcome pack template as part of our signature bundle. It's all the documents that you need from that first inquiry all the way to the handover. And it allows you to have clear documents, look professional. They were pre-written by designers. Based on our experience of working with hundreds of designers over the years, we put those documents together. So the copy is easy to edit to match your own process, or you can keep as much of it as you want if you don't have a clear process yet. So it's really up to you. The images are copyright free as well, and they are branded. So you can just change the logos with your own logos, change the colors to your brand colors, and any other elements that is important in your brand identity. I'll share the link to that signature bundle in the description below if you want to check it out. But let's go back to the onboarding. For the next step, which is step 3, you need a tool that will help you manage your projects in a very efficient way so that you don't miss any deadline. I'm still talking about it because even though it's to manage the project, it's part of the onboarding. It's some of the things that you need to set up when you onboard a new client. So we have also a great template that we're using for our clients because we also use ClickUp with our own clients. And because they've started using ClickUp with us, they wanted to start using ClickUp to manage their own projects. So we created a template that helps them manage their projects with ease. It's especially useful when you have multiple projects and it's easy to get a full overview of what is happening on all the projects. You don't need to go into each project. There's an actual dashboard or a calendar where you can see all the deadlines for all the projects at one glance. So this is very helpful, and it also includes a procurement template that allows you to keep your sourcing and procurement process very simple. God knows that it's not an easy process, but it allows you to manage more efficiently, know who's doing what, what's the status on different tasks and different deliveries. So all of this as well, I will link it in the description. But what we did for them was that we built the template in the different phases of a project. So you have the discovery and the onboarding. So all the information that has to do with discovery and onboarding is there. It's all in one place, so it's easy for them to refer back to the dashboard if they need any type of information. Then we have concept and design, so sketches, rendering, sourcing. They can share any tasks with their own clients. So let's say they have a presentation that they need to be approved by the clients. They can add the client to that specific task and get them to review on the dashboard straight away. Then we have the procurement and the ordering, installation and styling. And the fact that you're going to be able to share some tasks with the clients means that they will feel involved in the process, and they will also be kept in the loop so they know what's happening. As part of the onboarding, you may also want to get on a kickoff meeting call, which is going to be useful to finalize any small details and make sure that the clients are understanding the process, that they know what's happening, that they feel like they can trust you because you're an established business, you have a process, they are kept in the loop of everything that's happening. So a kickoff meeting is a great way to install more trust in between you and the client. To recap, there are a few things that you need to be doing to onboard a client successfully. The key takeaway that I want you to get from this video is that even if you're in the early stages of building a business, having clear systems is going to be essential. So whether you're in your first year or you're in year 5, having a clear onboarding process is going to save you time. It's going to improve the experience that your clients have with you. It's going to avoid miscommunication and problems down the line that, scope creep is mostly because of a communication issue. So if you can avoid that, then your project is really going to run smoother. So having a process where you automate some of the emails to ensure that people get the emails when they need to receive them. You want a process for managing your clients, like a CRM tool, to keep everything like invoicing, payments, everything is included in one place. Then you want a tool that will help you manage your projects with more ease, like ClickUp. Those are suggestions because they are the ones that I use myself in my business and that we have helped our clients get set up with as well. But if there are other tools that you really like, it doesn't matter as long as you have a clear process that doesn't take so many hours for you to deliver an onboarding document to clients. You want to make sure that your onboarding process is very clear, very time efficient, that you don't need to do so much admin, and that you can focus on the clients rather than the admin tasks. So if you want to check out some of these resources that I've discussed in today's video, please check the description. And as always, you can comment, like, and subscribe.